Hello guys, happy November. I woke up this morning to the first cold front of the year here in South Florida. It is so beautiful out, not a cloud in the sky, and I am dying for some fresh air. It is the first weekend of November, which means that the Palm Beach Antique Fair is going on. It happens the first weekend of every month, and so that is where we are heading today. I figured that I would take a minute to talk to you guys a little bit about The Artist's Way, the book by Julia Cameron, but it's a course and you sort of read a chapter of the book every week, and every day through the whole process you do morning pages, which is basically a brain dump as soon as you wake up in the morning. That's meant to just clear your head and give you a clear slate so that you can hear your intuition throughout the day. If you follow her book to the T, it lasts 3 months. I'm gonna go through the 3-month process, and then I think that I'm gonna continue at least the morning pages and the artist date for a year if possible. So the artist date is another weekly thing that you continue throughout the whole process. Once a week, you carve out time to go do something by yourself to fuel your creativity. So you listen to your intuition, tap into that inner child, and see what feels energetically aligned in the moment. And then you go have yourself a day. It refuels your creative stores and it gives you the juice to let creativity flow through the rest of your week. So there's a quote that I had on my vision board for like 5 years, which was, to feel inspired, you must do inspiring things. I think that a lot of people nowadays, especially if you are in a classic 9-to-5 job, feel that they aren't creative people, that they don't have creative ideas, but what are you doing, if anything at all, to fuel your creativity? I think as humans, we're all innately creative beings. Art is an expression that is in all of us. And if we do not nurture that part of ourselves, creativity won't flow through us. So I'm really excited to just dedicate myself to this process. I think that each time you do a deep dive into things that interest you, you grow and expand in unexpected ways. So I'm excited, and I thought I'd share that with you guys to hopefully inspire you to do the same. And if you don't have time or doesn't feel resonant to do something like The Artist's Way, I highly recommend getting online and taking a short course. Sometimes they're an hour, sometimes they're a couple of hours, and that's a way in a shorter amount of time that you can touch upon the same thing. So I will see you at Palm Beach Antique Fair. I have arrived. They have both sides of the expo center open right now. Here's one side, and then through those doors are the other side. And then they also have a couple vendors out back. So last time I came here, it was only one side open and it wasn't very full. Now it looks like things are in full swing, so there should be a lot to look at. This is pretty. I like the muted colors on it, and although I normally don't like floral or ornate, this looks really nice as a decorative object. I thought this was nice. I like that it's all black and it has a really nice simple silhouette. There's no maker's mark on the bottom, but in a primarily light and airy sort of neutral space, a dark vase like this looks really nice, and whatever you put in there really adds a nice pop. I have one that's Hager, short and wider, and I use it all the time. It's not something you typically think about to get a black vase, but when you get it in a space, it adds a lot of really nice contrast. Saw this. I have been looking for a original horse painting. This is just a print, it's not a painting, but I just wanted to note how cool the fonts are. I'm always inspired by old fonts and labels and packaging, and this is a great example of that. Okay, in the last video that you guys would have seen, I was doing paint swatches in the future nursery and I see that this giant hutch, which could be so pretty where I have that smaller Facebook Marketplace French style dresser. It's a pine cabinet. It's 2,400. To me, that is a great price. Even these little hinges and the details like here, I think that that's really beautiful. And I actually like this lip up here, the details on it like this. This is something I think that I'm going to measure at home and see if it works. I don't have the information for this vendor, but these are also really cool, like geometric copper seats with leather on them. And then he has another, I believe, pine hutch back here that's a long and narrow cabinet, as well as a bunch of really cool objects. I also love these chairs. I think that the silhouette is great. I like the darker tone wood, and I also really like the fabric. This vendor looks like they have tons of quintessential Palm Beach style things. The one object that caught my eye is this. It has a bamboo style frame on it. As you can see the little details, but I like that the overall shape is quite geometric and simple. I think that that would make a nice tray to put tabletop somewhere. This I thought was really nice. It's 35. It's a splatterware dish. It also has the sauce bowl inside. I've been looking for some splatterware, but something more decorative, not necessarily for the kitchen, but this one has a really good finish on it. I see also that they have some tortoiseshell bases. This is actually, I think, the best one that I've seen. I really love that silhouette, how it's a little bit more fluted at the top and tapered at the bottom. I think that that's beautiful. It's not what you normally see. And then I also love these copper, I think, jelly molds, but I really love the shell one, and it would definitely match everything in my kitchen. It's something that I've been thinking about for a long time of getting. I'm just not sure that I would actually use it. And I like to only bring items into my home that are super practical, but this vendor has really great stuff. Here I see more of the white Lennox plates with the silver rim. These are great. I have collected some similar items also with the silver rim. And I think that anything like that is just a really timeless style. You can use them practically for serving, but you can also use them as decorative objects. I saw this, I think is so unique and different. It would be really pretty to put in a little salt cellar as a scooper next to a stovetop. These are nice too, just a simple mother of pearl spoon. You could do a similar thing, just use it for a salt cellar so that it's something that really wouldn't be getting dirty that you would have to constantly clean. This also is absolutely beautiful. I love that big like bulbous silhouette on the picture, and I am absolutely diehard obsessed with Lily of the Valley. And I'm not sure if those are Lily of the Valley, but it certainly reminds me of them. And then you also have this classic leaf pattern on here. That is something I'm always looking for. This linen vendor has many pretty things, but this specifically caught my eye. I love this. Sort of reminds me of like a hemlock stitch, but I'm not sure if that's what this specific stitch is called. And I absolutely love this style of embroidery. There's a set of two. They look the same. Oh, there's three. And they're really, really pretty. Quite a heavy weight linen, which in my mind is ideal. I have been on the hunt for a film camera to do photography and videography on. I've seen some reproductions on sponsored ads that I've been thinking about buying, but this one is really nice. A couple things at this vendor that caught my eye.
I really like this chip and dip bowl because it has this sort of glass or Pyrex little sauce container in there. And then I am always on the hunt for these silver bowls. I wouldn't buy this one because it has that ornate detail on the bottom. And I like mine to look more like a perfect matching set. But this is really nice. And then I also saw over here this. I've seen this other places, but I've never seen such a full set because this is quite rare. They're super delicate. Let me see if I can get a focus on that for you. But absolutely stunning with these shell-like plates, and it's like the most perfect ivory color. It's just a tad bit yellow, which I love. This silver vendor has so many great things. And this especially caught my eye because of the nice clean lines and that silhouette. I'm always drawn to it with this sort of handle like this and the simple ridge detailing. Even something like this with that slightly geometric shape to it. It's just long enough to fit something like a really nice Hermes pen on your desk that you save just for special occasions, like signing papers, or maybe use it for your daily journaling. That could be really chic. I also absolutely love the silhouette on this fluted bud vase. Again, it has that sort of octagonal geometric top to it, which gives it more of an Art Deco style. I think that that's really timeless. Look good just as an object with nothing in it, or with like just one tulip stem in there, something that's a little bit more sculptural floral wise. Could look really good. I see there's a set of this. It's really beautiful. Those dainty blue details. It's much more subtle than most of the blue and white that you see. I also love these bowls that they're more squared off. And then these little salad plates. It's really one of the prettier blue and white sets that I've seen. Wow. And then I turned around and she really has a full set. Large plates, small plates, teacup saucers, and even this tureen. I also love these little coral, almost like bowls, but I don't think I would put anything in them. I would leave them as is. And this is also a really beautiful satie. Did I say that right? But it's a really wide one, which is nice. I think a lot of antique ones that I've seen are much more petite. And then over here, oh, here too, I wanted to show you. I love these simple short candlesticks. They look like they're Tiffany, but I actually don't think that they are. They are, if you can read that, Salisbury maybe. And then, like I said, over here, I love this perforated silver dish with this nice, just lined detail on the edges. It's really pretty simple. I really love the silhouette on this ottoman, and I actually think that the fabric is really pretty. It's not something that I would pick, like if I was in a fabric store wanting to recover this, but I think, again, it's one of those things that's sort of a happy accident. It's this really light bluish green backdrop with a brown and gold design, but I really, really love the silhouette. I really love the shape of these chairs, and I think that this fabric is really complimentary. It wouldn't quite be right for my space, but I have been looking for a low mid-century modern chair silhouette like this for the future nursery, something that I would hope to cover in like a mohair fabric. These ones aren't quite bright. I wish that this one piece wasn't on there, but I almost bought a pair on Facebook Marketplace, and these are very similar. They look like they've been recovered. Oh no, they haven't, because you can see the wear and tear on this fabric. But I would feel guilty taking this fabric off, to be honest. And they're not quite right, but very pretty. And these are just so flippin' cool. Take a really specific space to put these into. I think that the whole room would have to be quite French, but look at the detail on those and the fabric. You just really don't see anything like that nowadays. This I thought is really beautiful. I love the dainty, sort of whimsical nude sketch inside of this really deep, thick gold frame. I think that that contrast is really beautiful. I love a black and white sketch like that, but many of the ones that I've seen are in a off-white matte with a really simple black frame. And for some reason, it just never felt quite right to me. Maybe if I tried one in my space, I would feel differently, but this one is really eye-catching. I just love the contrast. I haven't been looking at much of the jewelry this time around, but this piece looks really nice. Just something different. They have tons of jewelry here, cases and cases of jewelry. There are so many vendors that primarily sell jewelry. I just haven't been gravitating towards that today. I like this little wicker basket with the lid attached. I think that that could be really nice in the corner of a kid's room with toys, or even in a living room to hide dog toys in. You just flip the lid shut and it looks like a piece of decor. Okay, the outdoor section is open this time. I pretty much walked the whole thing already and didn't find anything that I really loved, but I figured that regardless, I would show you guys. There's quite a few vendors. This is only the second time that I've been where the outdoor section has been open, but it is a really great day for it. This would be such a cute project, a DIY with some old like vintage textiles if you found something that you really loved. This has a little bit of like batting or something in it, so it's a little bit padded, and you can use this as like a hot plate to put a pot or a pan on your countertop. Set this down, then put that on top. I love the little scallop detail. I just thought that was so nice.
Okay, guys, it is a couple days later, but I owe you a haul from Palm Beach Antique Fair. I did want to mention that this time Palm Beach Antique Fair was full of vendors. It is the beginning of November and it's snowbird season here in South Florida. So all of the vendors that split their time 50-50 in Maine and Florida are now back down, which means that there are great antiques and all of the vendors are in town. So it will be a great time if anyone's interested to go check out Palm Beach Antique Fair. It's the first weekend of every month, and I'm sure that it will remain quite full until about the beginning of spring because that is the snowbird season here in South Florida. I did not buy anything as of right now from Palm Beach Antique Fair, but I did get the number of a vendor who had some beautiful furniture. I came home, took some measurements, and I am trying to get a pine chest from him that I think you would have seen in this video. He's out of town until November 11th, and he actually lives in my neighborhood. So hopefully I'm able to pick that up when he gets back in town. The piece didn't sell, and I feel like it was meant to be. So I am gonna give you guys a little bit of a haul, but nothing from Palm Beach Antique Fair. I will let you know where I got things as I show you. This really cute leather navy blue handbag. It has brass hardware and these cute little feet on the bottom. It is quite small, but it is in great condition. and I figured that this would be so cute with a navy blue satin mini dress and black mule kitten heels. This is just one of those really special pieces. I don't have anything navy blue, and it's extremely well made. I found this on eBay for 50 bucks. Took a while to get here because I think it came from overseas, but it is so cute. It's not often that I find a really good vintage handbag. Most of them are not in great condition, and they're always sort of the same, like the beaded flat with the little handle, which, don't get me wrong, is beautiful in its own right, but I do so much vintage and antique shopping that I've just seen it too many times. My eye is tired. So this felt super special, and I am excited to wear it this holiday season. Next up is another vintage purchase. This is a set of 8 silver-plated coasters. I love this geometric shape. It feels very Art Deco, and in the silver, it feels extremely timeless. I think that it's going to pop well on any table that I put it on. Right now, most of the tables, other than one side table, are a dark or rustic wood table. These are by Godinger Silver. So these were really nice. They were, I think, like 30 or 40 bucks on eBay. And I don't have any coasters right now. So I did have a set that was gifted to me last year from Pottery Barn. They were like a petrified wood, and I shattered them probably like 6 months ago. So I've been on the hunt for another set of coasters. It's not something that I really need or use all the time, but it's one of those things that is nice as decor, and it is functional and practical. And I just hadn't come across anything that I really loved until I saw these, so I grabbed them. Next up, I hope I can show you guys all 3 at once, but a set of 3 of these cute little black, they're sort of dark brown and black. I'll show you close up. Ceramics, I have had them all 3 together in the center of my dining table, and they are so charming. I bought them from a Instagram seller. Her Instagram handle is Pickin' and Thrifting, or Pickin' and Thriftin' on Instagram. I will tag her information down below. She is located in Chicago, and I think she just recently started her profile. If not, it's just a recent follow for me, but she has some really great things. Here is the first one. You can see it's like black. I would say a true black, but then it sort of has these little brown details in the glaze. But I just really loved the shape of all of these, and they look great together. I think this one's my favorite. But they're great with this glaze on them. They're glazed in the inside too. So you can put water in them and actually put floral stems in there, which is ideal. The last thing that I got are 2 more of these silver bowls. I have an entire set of them, but I only have 1 small one. So now I have 3, and these are really great. You can do so many things with them. The next couple videos are going to be Christmas related, which I am so excited about, but these are really good for hosting, especially during holiday season. Food looks really nice in here with that bright silver and shiny backdrop to the food. Sometimes food can look sort of bland, like for example, mashed potatoes, which are basically off-white, and then you stick them in a white bowl, it kind of falls flat. Whereas if you put things in something a little bit more shiny like this, or something more rich like a black bowl, it usually looks better. So it's something to think about when you are serving food like buffet style. But also, containers like this are really perfect for bulbs. If you are a paperwhite person in the holiday season, I love to use my silver bowls. I also use my ice buckets, And then I do use some of my ceramic vessels, but you can really get creative when it comes to bulbs. And I even like to gift them to neighbors and use them as hostess gifts when I go to other people's houses. So anyway, I got off track, but here are the two smaller silver bowls. They are slightly different. Here is the first one. It is Gorham. And here is the second one. No marking, but it does look also like Gorham. I mean, when they're all stacked together, you can't tell that they're not the exact same. These are from another Instagram seller, a seller that I've purchased from in the past. Her handle is Fig and Lola, and she has some really great stuff. I think the first item that I bought from her was a little really beautiful white marble ashtray that I keep on my beloved living room side table that I have stacked up with all of my favorite finds. So do not sleep on Instagram sellers. They are great. I have purchased so many things from them in the past. You usually Zelle or PayPal them, but these are people who are out really getting their hands dirty, curating things, and many of these antique dealers nowadays start out on Instagram. So I highly recommend following them. You can go to my Instagram page and check the people that I follow. A vast majority of them are these small vintage and antique sellers on Instagram. That is everyone who I followed when I first started my account. I was sourcing for this house and construction was in the very early stages. And so that is what I spent most of my time doing. And now a lot of these sellers I see have quite big platforms, which is honestly just makes my heart so happy. So on that note, this haul is done, but I did want to let you guys know next week we will be doing hostess baskets. I'm going to show you how I put together all of the hostess baskets and walk you through what I like to put in them. I am preparing ahead of time for Christmas, and that is sort of an intermediate video as I wait for all of my Christmas decor to arrive. I ordered so many things and I can see that they are en route to me now. So they won't make the cut for next week's video, but the following week I will have a big Christmas home decor haul for you guys. And in the meantime, I will be showing everything as always over on my Valenti Interiors Instagram page starting pretty much tomorrow. So when you see this video, my Instagram feed and also in the highlights will have everything that I'm inspired by this Christmas, everything that I ordered, links to anything in case you're curious, but most importantly, go over there just to get inspired. All right, guys, I will see you next week for another video. Bye.